Welcome to this edition of Healthy Living. I'm your host, Tim Butler. Today we're here with Danielle Smith-Jones, who is the 4-H Extension Agent, and Tanya Bishop, who is the Adult SNAP Ed Program Assistant.
Yes.
All right. So, when we're talking about healthy living, why don't you talk to us about the programs that you guys have that are coming up and about the Healthy Living Initiative in Youth Development.
Okay. We work with Virginia Cooperative Extension. We are part of Virginia Tech University and Virginia State University. And what we do is we bring the research-based evidence curriculum from Virginia Tech and Virginia State and bring them back to our localities, which is the city of Suffolk, and we will implement them. Healthy living is one of our new mission mandates. Well, I say new, but it's been around for a while, but now our main focus is, choosing to have better health.
Okay.
And so healthy living is something that we are focusing on through Virginia Cooperative Extension, whether it's in 4-H Youth Development, our agriculture program, also family and consumer sciences, and then our food nutrition program assistance. So healthy living means healthy nutrition, getting physically fit, eating your fruits and vegetables, making sure that you eat from your 5 food groups daily. And so not only are we out here educating the public through our programming, but we're also trying to implement it in our daily lives as well.
Yes. Okay, so like with that then, so essentially everything that we eat matters then. So even whatever snack that I have, that matters, it fits into everything. And then also just what I do during the day. So not just sitting around and watching TV, but I actually have to get up and go exercise and go out like that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What you eat, your daily intake of food and snacks, and your physical activity, most definitely. What are you doing while you're watching TV? Are you just sitting there looking at TV? Or are you watching TV, you moving around and doing different things for physical activity?
Okay, okay. With that then, are there classes that you end up teaching or?
Yes, with the 4-H Youth Development Program, it's pretty much a program where we carry out the program for youth ages 5 to 18. Most of my programming here in the city of Suffolk is through partnerships. So a lot of the youth servant organizations or other faith-based organizations that would like to have 4-H as part of their programs usually reach out to me and let me know what topics they want to cover. And since I've been here, healthy living has been a major one. And so I go out and I program with those entities on healthy living, healthy nutrition. We have several curriculums that we use in 4-H. We have Choose Health. We used to have a curriculum called Healthy Weights, Healthy Kids, but now that things are changing, we're slowly phasing that one out and moving towards Choose Health. We also have a curriculum that we use for physically fit. We use a fit deck where we add that into our programming, whether we're talking about leadership or citizenship or healthy living. We add the fit component in to where they are doing the physical activity.
With that, for that physical activity that's being added on into it, what does that consist of?
With the youth, the FIT program, with the FIT deck is actually they come up with their own physically fit program.
Okay.
They come up with their own exercises. And so for an example, with a program that I did recently partnering with Suffolk Parks and Recreation at Kingsford Middle School, they were able to build their own physical fitness program based off the Fit Deck. So we will have our program, then at the end we will build 5 physically fit challenges.
Okay.
And it could be just, 6 inches off the floor, push-ups, or we call it the windmill.
Okay.
So they will build on that. So by the end of their program, every time they will have at least 25 physically fit different challenges that they did to keep them up and moving. And they had a ball with that. They loved doing the physically fit active things at their location.
All right, Danielle, can you tell me a little bit more about the SNAP education program?
Yes, in our office, Virginia Cooperative Extension, the City of Suffolk unit office, we do have food nutrition program assistants. We have Tanya Bishop, who is here. She works with adults. And then we also have Beverly Johnson, who works with our young people with that program.
Okay. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to be talking more with Tanya Bishop, and we'll be talking with Beverly Johnson more about the Healthy Nutrition Program. Welcome back. We're here with Beverly Johnson and with Tanya Bishop. Beverly is the Youth SNAP Ed Program Assistant, and Tanya is the Adult SNAP Ed Program Assistant. Can y'all go ahead and speak to me about what that program is and what it does for us and for nutrition and everything else?
I guess I'll go first. I work with families, the young families that are 45 years and younger, or with children that have children that are 12 years and younger. I also work with the senior audience from 45 on to sometimes 90. What my program offers is teaching them a better way to eat. Some people want to eat to lose weight, but I tell them if you eat healthier, including more fruits and vegetables in your diet, more whole grains, and increasing your water intake, low-fat foods like milk, that you can lose weight, but it also helps to eliminate chronic diseases, which a lot of us face. Also, not only to eat, but to get up and be active as well. Some of my seniors are not mobile, but I do offer physical fitness where they can sit in their chair. We have stretch bands that we give our seniors. That way they can do stretch bands. They can use canned goods to work their arms. With the younger audience, we do offer the pyramid, the physical fitness pyramid. However, it's kind of boring. So what we do is we go to YouTube, and everybody likes to line dance. We use the line dancing to get them up and active, and that promotes them to want to get up and move more when they're at home. To let them know that even when you're at home, with adults, they need 30 minutes of exercise, and not to just do it all at one time if you're not able, but you can do it in 10-minute increments, 15, whatever is more comfortable for you. Playing with your kids, dancing with your kids, washing your car, housework, going up and down the stairs is all exercise. We just want to get the heart pumping, to get the fluid in the bones moving, so that you're not just so sedentary.
Okay, so on Sundays when I go and vacuum up my house, I'm good to go.
Yes.
That will count as part of my 30 minutes.
Your 30 minutes, yes.
Wonderful.
And it makes the wife happy.
It definitely does. It definitely does. With what you were just talking about, for people when they go out to like buy their groceries and to do that, how do they make those smart choices?
What I do, I ask them to, in my program, one of the lessons is reading food labels.
Okay.
So we teach them to read their food labels, to make those choices, to calculate the food versus the cost, to see if it's cost effective. To also let them know before they go food shopping, I also teach them to check what you have in your pantry to make those better choices and to implement, like I said, more whole grain foods, teaching them what whole grains are. A lot of people don't know what whole grains are. So when they buy, well, I eat honey wheat bread, well, that's not whole grains. To get the skim milk instead of the whole milk, because whole milk puts the weight on you. I always implement fresh fruits and vegetables. However, if it's not in season, it can be more expensive. So I ask them to go to the frozen, and that way you can use what you need and put away what you don't, and you're not wasting food, and you are getting you're getting more for your money that way. Because it's a limited resource program, and they're using SNAP benefits. We'll let them. One of my main goals is to let them know it's a benefit, that you're not to rely on your SNAP benefits totally. That with the money that you get, that helps implement so you don't go without food at the end of the month. And teaching them, a lot of people in my program say, well, at the end of the month we don't have food. So my question is, do you not have food, or do you not have what you want to eat? Gotcha. So we teach them that as well.
Okay. I want to touch back on something that you said. When you talked about the food labels and looking at food labels, what are we looking for when we're picking up that box or we're picking up something to look at that food label? What am I actually looking for?
You're looking at food serving size. You're looking at the sodium intake that's in that container. How much is that sodium per serving? And is that a lot? Because according to the USDA, you're supposed to be on a 2,000 to 2,500 calorie diet unless you're on a medical diet. So implementing that with what you're looking at on that food label, is that going to be better for you and your family? A lot of times people don't look at, say you got chips.
Right.
And you say you can have 10 chips, maybe a low-fat bag. It don't mean you can eat the whole bag. Just eat what the serving size is for you. And I think a lot of times people just, well, it's healthy, so I can eat the whole thing. That's not what the food label is there for. And on that food label, it tells you what the recommendations of what you're supposed to have, and it also has, does it have vitamin A, vitamin C, the potassium, the sodium intake, the carbohydrates, the total fat, saturated, monosaturated fat, and to see what it is conducive to that diet that you're supposed to be eating.
Okay, so it's going to be telling me everything that I need to know as far as how much of it I should be eating.
Yes.
Because even though it's healthy, if I'm eating all of it and the serving size is not all of it,
Right.
then I've got a problem still.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
And with that, I don't want to cut you.
There you go, right ahead.
Because we talk about portion control.
Right.
So even though it's healthy, do you just fill your plate up full of what it is because it's healthy? We're trying to implement to put more fruits and vegetables on half of that plate.
Okay.
3 ounces of meat and 1/4 grains. So you're not supposed to, just because it's healthy, just pile your plate up full of that. We're trying to implement as many fruits and vegetables as possible.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Beverly, can you explain to us more about what SNAP-Ed actually stands for?
Yes, SNAP-Ed stands for Supplement Nutrition Assistance Program.
Okay, and what is your role involved in with that?
Yes, so I am the Youth SNAP-Ed Program Assistant. I work with children that's in grades kindergarten to 12, and I go to the schools that have 50% or more reduced or free lunch, so they're in the low limited resources community.
Okay. With that, what do you do when you go to the schools?
So with the schools, with my program, we have 4 different programs per se. We have the Organ Wise Guys, which is for students kindergarten through 2nd. I have Choose Health, Healthy Weights for Healthy Kids, that's 3rd grade through 5th. And I also have Teen Cuisine, that's for 6th through 12th. And for each of those programs is based the information so that the kids can understand it at their level, and that it won't make nutrition seem boring to them.
Okay.
So with that, we have food experiences. So I bring snacks like 3 times out of the week. There's 6 lessons per program. And there we teach about reading the label. We teach about My Plate, fruits and vegetables. I teach them about sugary drinks. Make sure they eat their whole grains, and also breakfast.
Okay. Now you talked about My Plate. Can you talk to me about My Plate? What is My Plate?
My Plate is basically showing the kids or adults, if they have that, to have their plate, their dinner, lunch, breakfast filled with the 5 food groups, which is grains, protein, vegetables, fruits, and dairy. And with My Plate, we want to make sure that the fruits and vegetables are half of that plate, and the meat is going to be 1/4, and the grain is 1/4 as well.
Okay, wonderful. Now, with what you were just talking about, when you talked about going in and each program is set for each particular age group, essentially, as it's going through, so and it's broken down in a way where they can understand what's going through.
Right.
With that, does the nutrition change for what each person needs as they get older?
Yes, it does. So with I'll say kindergarten through 5th grade, it's based off of snacks, what they can actually do, or they'll give them information about how to read the nutrition label for if they are going to get, because they can't buy their food themselves. Their parents buys them food. So they'll probably help their parents say, hey, Mom and Dad, I learned this, and I want you to help me keep it healthier. And then we also, I don't want to say dumb it down, but we
Explain it more simply for them to understand.
Yes, more simply for them to understand. So with Organ Wise Guys, we actually have dolls so they can see their different organs in their body.
Okay.
And it also has videos, and there's a workbook that goes with that. And then with the Choose Health, we have a lot of posters. So it's very colorful, and it grabs their attention. It's not like they're just sitting there watching me teach them boring. It's interactive. So I'll have little games to keep it moving so it won't have a stagnant.
Okay, to keep them involved and keep them engaged.
Yes.
And they're able to retain that better.
Yes.
As opposed to sitting there and just being lectured to.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Can you talk to me a little bit more about the Teen Cuisine program?
Yes, with the Teen Cuisine program, it's for the preteen to teenage years, and this one is where they actually get to learn how to cook healthier meals, because they are able to cook by themselves without their adults having to be in the room with them. And if they also have jobs, they can actually go out and pay for their own food. So with this program, it kind of gives them strategy so that when they do graduate, they are ready for life after school. And it also gives them a better understanding about what they should be eating once they're not around adults.
Okay, so then essentially what they're going to be learning in that is they're going to be learning like when they go to the grocery store, what they need to get, how to prepare meals, and then how they can continue on with that. And that goes until they are graduated high school, or does it go till?
Yes, till 12th grade.
Okay.
So after they graduate, I won't see them anymore.
Okay.
And like I said before, with my free and reduced lunch, so every school or every program I go to has to have limited resources or 50% more free reduced lunch. And if they don't have those criteria, they do get to get the same lessons that I have and bring to them from our 4-H agent as well.
Okay. So once they graduate from your program, essentially, if they still need help or something along those lines, then they would come to you, Tanya?
Yes.
Okay.
And what we do in our program, we teach cooking lessons as well. We offer 3 food demonstrations where they get hands-on learning on how to prepare a meal that's in our cookbook from one of our healthy recipes, of course.
Okay.
And with that, we teach knife skills and skills in the kitchen that they may not learn or may not have learned in one of the other programs. So we offer those hands-on learning cooking skills, as well as each class they get, I give them initiatives, some type of initiative like maybe a measuring cup or water bottles to implement, drinking more water, the healthy bands, the exercise DVD. So then when they leave their class, they still have those incentives to kind of like they can reflect on what we talked about and what they learned in our class.
Okay, great. Well, I believe that you guys have brought some stuff for us to be able to make some healthy snacks and to look at some different things like that.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is when we come back after the break, we're going to be set up and we're going to see what we end up making. Welcome back. We're here with Beverly, Danielle, and Tanya, and we're going to learn a little bit about how to make healthy versions of a couple of snacks so you can have them when you're at home. All right, so we're going to start off with what?
We are going to start off with a healthy drink, but before we make our healthy drink, just want to let you know we do have a lesson about being a healthy drink detective. We have here some sugar tubes, and I just want to share with you that in one 12-ounce can of soda, that's how much sugar is in that can of soda.
That's why it's so delicious.
So what we do is we come in and we teach you how to have an alternative to soda. I know one of the recipes that I use is just basically taking seltzer water and adding a fruit juice to it.
Okay.
And then there you go. You have the fizz that you want. May not have all the caffeine, but it may not be a lot of sugar from the soda pop. So we're going to show you how to make a healthy drink, and I'm going to turn this over to Tanya. She's going to demonstrate that now.
The healthy drink that I'm making is called pineapple ginger punch. And we use 100% apple juice, and I'm going to pour half of that in here. We use 100% pineapple juice. And this is great for holidays, and this is also every recipe that we use have the nutrition facts label on it.
Okay. So we use all 4 cans?
We're going to use all 4 cans.
Okay.
And we're going to use a bottle of ginger ale. And you can substitute this with diet ginger ale if you have diet restrictions.
Okay. So out of everything that we just did, the ginger ale was the least amount of what you put in?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're going to give it a little stir. And the apple juice makes it fizz up a little bit.
Okay.
And this is a great drink for holidays. I make this at home myself.
Okay.
Every day.
Uh,
I mean, you know,
so-
if you want to have besides your water
Right.
that you're supposed
This is
to
a healthy
have.
drink because this has everything is 100% juice. There's nothing artificial in it.
Okay.
So it's better for your body because it breaks down in your body when it's 100% and natural. It breaks down in your body better.
So when I go to the store from now on and I look at buying juice and things like that, I need to find 100% juice, not like juice added flavoring or
Right, any type of artificial flavoring or sugars or substitutes.
Okay.
100% is better for you.
Okay.
Sometimes they have on it 100% vitamin C. That's different. You want the 100% juice.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So that's something that we teach in our class with reading the food labels to make sure that just because it sounds good, it may not be as good for you.
Okay.
All right. So do you want to try this, Tim?
Sure.
All right.
So this is something that she serves, I know, a lot with her class, and we have also done it with some of the youth as well.
Thank you.
And it's a pineapple ginger punch. It's very good. We also serve it at some of our meetings.
Yes.
People tend to love that.
I can see why. I can see why. It's got that great taste, and it's got enough of everything else that I'm looking for that I can see where that would very much like take care of wanting to kind of move away from some of the other like sugary drinks that are out there.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Glad you enjoyed
Glad
it.
you enjoyed it.
Very much so. Very much so.
And so that's the drink portion that we do.
Okay. Very nice. What else do we got?
We have some healthy snacks. I've already prepared these, but this is a ranch Chex Mix. And this mainly focus on the food group with the whole grains. So we
Okay.
have rice, we have wheat, and we have corn. Everybody's a fan of Chex Mix, but we made it
Right.
on our own. We add a little ranch to it with some pretzels, and this is a healthy snack
Okay.
that our young people can take with them to school, or adults can take with them in their lunch bags, and they don't have to eat the potato chips. They have their own mix that they made.
Okay. Now I see that you have it in the smaller size bag. Is this what is considered a portion?
Yes, this is a portion of Chex Mix, not
Okay.
the whole entire bag. You would want to
Sandwich,
eat the
yes.
whole
Yes,
the whole
yes,
sandwich
very much
bag,
so,
but
very
you
much
want
so.
to portion control. And I love Ziplocs, so when
Okay.
you put your foods in different Ziplocs, that will portion control it out for you.
Okay.
And that can go with your drink as well.
There you go. There you go.
Yes, so that's a healthy snack, and we will have the recipe available for you as well.
Okay.
And then Tanya's going to talk to you about the dip.
Okay, the next thing we're going to make is the broccoli force plate with yogurt dip, where we have plain yogurt and sour cream, 100% honey,
100% again.
yes, some spicy mustard, and some parsley flakes for decoration.
Okay.
So,
So it's just there for looks.
just there for looks. But I mean, it's good too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some yogurt and put in the bowl. And some sour cream. And I'm not using a measuring cup, but we do have measuring cups, and it has the correct amounts up there. But for demonstration purposes, I make this a lot, so I can kind of eyeball
So
it.
you just kind of know
Just kinda,
what you're
yeah.
doing right away.
Yeah. And so once you get your yogurt and sour cream in the bowl, you want to stir it complete and make sure it's mixed thoroughly.
Okay.
And focusing on the dairy group, so
And
you
this
have
is-
your dairy.
Your dairy.
Okay.
And everything is plain. It's not flavored.
Okay. Can you do it with flavored, or you want to stay away from that because it's going to change the way it
It's
tastes?
going to change the way it tastes. Yes.
Okay.
And then pour some honey in here. Okay. Thank you. And again, you want to mix your honey in completely.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to change the look a little bit because of the honey.
Okay.
And this is a good alternative to dips as well. You know, just having something more healthier.
Better than like the dip that I would buy at the store.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And you're going to add your spicy mustard. And this just gives it a little bit of kick to it.
Okay. And again, everything that we're doing with this, we're always going to mix everything in as well as we can.
Yes.
As thoroughly as possible.
Okay.
Need a little more.
And maybe just a little bit more. Okay.
Now with these, how long will this like keep for?
If you have some left,
Yeah. if for some reason I have some left
Yeah.
after I make this at home, it's something like within the week.
Right,
Yeah.
within the week.
within
yes.
a week, yeah.
Because one thing we do teach as well within our lessons is food safety.
Right.
And with food safety, you definitely want to be in control with what you have left over, with your refrigeration, how you prepare as well.
Okay. Now, before when we talked about serving sizes and things like that, so like when it comes to a dip, and if you're out somewhere and they have a tray and you brought your dip and you have dip, is there like a portion amount that I can go with it, or am I just allowed to dip and kind of go?
You're supposed to have 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day.
Uh-huh.
So just because you go out and eat 5, helpings doesn't mean you have the 5 servings. So you can eat as many fruits and vegetables as you want.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And with this, put a little bit of parsley up here.
Okay.
And there you go. And if you pre-make this, you want to refrigerate it within 2 to 4 hours for food safety purposes.
Okay.
So we, like you said, we do teach food safety. So anything that you have, you want to refrigerate it as soon as possible within that 2 to 4 hour time frame.
Okay. Wonderful.
And the spatula I use is one of our incentives, our new incentives too. So
Okay. So when they go to the classes, whether it's the class with you or a class with you,
Yes.
they end up getting incentives for being in that program.
yes,
So the spatula is one,
Yes.
and then the water bottles are some as well, right?
and
Yes.
the My Plate,
Okay. The My
My
Plate, which
Plate.
we talked about earlier.
yes.
Okay.
This
We
one
also,
right here, the My Plate.
We have a lunch box. We have measuring cups for wet and dry measuring
Okay.
cups. We have the exercise bands as well as the exercise DVD. And we have a thermometer, a food thermometer, as well as a refrigerator thermometer for food safety purposes.
Okay. Wonderful.
And with our dip, we're going to let Mr. Tim try our dip.
Wonderful.
Yes, with the vegetables.
Your
I
vegetables.
will. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and grab a carrot, and I'm gonna grab a tomato.
Okay. And we have broccoli on the plate as well.
well.
You do have broccoli on the plate.
How do you like
That
it?
is a really good dip,
Okay.
Good.
Good.
I've-
And it's
I've-
healthy.
and it makes me happy. It's always nice to be able to make something, and for it to be better than what you could buy at the store.
Yes.
Okay.
And so that's always one of those wonderful things. And so thank you, ladies, for coming.
Thank you.
And
Having
for
us.
showing us a couple of different recipes and for coming and talking with us. If anybody wanted to be able to find out more information about anything that we've talked about today, where would they go look?
If anyone would like to find out about more information about Virginia Cooperative Extension, you can go to www.ext.vt.edu. That's about the whole overall organization, but you can click on local offices, and when you click on local offices, click on City of Suffolk, and that will take you to our webpage.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Healthy Living. I'm your host, Tim Butler. Again, thank you guys for coming again today. We'll see you next time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.